All right, how's everybody doing out there in Math Magic Land? This is Miss Muscarella coming at you, and I'm going to do a very quick little video here to show you where stuff is located in Schoology for advanced functions and modeling. So of course you'll log into Schoology using your LCPS credentials. Now when you get in there, you'll see several different folders. Now as we go through the year, I'm going to take the old units and I'm going to stuff them into this green folder down here, old units and info. So all those things will kind of disappear from up here. So we just finished unit 2 on quadratics. So that'll eventually disappear and move down into this old units and info stuff right there. So that's going to be where old things are kept. Now in the summative assessments folder, that's where you'll find quizzes or tests that you have to do. That's where the summative assessments will be if they're not on paper and pencil. Then as you go through each one of the other units, you'll see different pieces here. So let's go through and look at our Unit 2 quadratics folder. Now, there's always going to be a link for a slide deck. So as you go through and type in your notes, you'll share your slide deck, and there's a different video on that. So be sure to check that out, how to name it correctly and how to share it correctly. So you'll be uploading your notes and your homework to that slide deck after every single section. So let's take a look at October 14th and 15th. And notice these are all dated. So whichever day you miss class, if you happen to be absent, you can always go into the folder for whichever date you missed and take care of whatever your academic responsibilities are. So let's look at October 14th, 15th. Now here on this particular day, there's a link for the notes and there's a link for the notes key. Now as you click on the notes key, now this is one of the things that's always frustrating in Schoology. If there's a link, it doesn't always play nice with Google and stuff, so you might need to click on this link right up here, and from there, you'll be directed to another spot. Now, if you just see this and getting that, of course, means boom, scroll down. And there's so many things we'll do throughout the course. Make sure you use colors to help highlight things and that you're good. And you'll notice very specific things, and there's small little details like here in the general picture. You'll notice that there's a dashed line for the x equals h, for that axis of symmetry, which is things we'll learn about later on in the course. But pay attention to those kinds of things. Little things like that will help make sure that your understanding is solid and on point. There'll be notation things to pay attention to as well. So as you go through, be sure to do that. So that could be in notes, it could be in a video, whatever it is, just make sure that you add those small things in that we either discuss in class or if it's in a video. And if you have questions on any of these things, please always be sure to ask. Always be sure to ask. So that's going to be one of those pieces from October 14th, 15th. Now, let me go to a different folder where sometimes there might be some links to some other things. So let's go down here. Let's go take a look at our practice test, our review day from the 11th. So sometimes when we do that, you're always going to look at, so let me go back and we'll take a look at our practice, at our class agenda. So everything's going to have an agenda, so you'll see 3 parts in there. One is going to be a today, another is going to be to do before next class, and then a coming up. And the coming up is going to be a reminder for certain things. Now in this particular case, we had a practice test, and there's an answer key right there. And on that answer key, you'll see some other things in here. It'll say pay attention to details. And since you only had 45 minutes, I don't expect you to get the entire thing completed. You might be able to, depending on where you are. But then there's a reflection and other things to do for that. So make sure you pay attention to those pieces in the today folder. And then to do before next class, those will be some items that you have to take care of. And then, of course, coming up will be what's coming up in the next class or 2 after that. So that's a little bit of how to navigate Schoology for those of you who are wondering or who aren't sure, to make sure that we're all on the same page with what I expect you guys to be able to do and make sure that you are solid. If there's any questions you have at all, please, please, please always remember to reach out. And as you watch those videos or take notes in class, if there's a question you have, and if it's in a video, pause the video and make sure you ask. Like, oh, right here, I had a question, and then carry on with the video. But make sure when I see in class that you ask that. If it's a question we have in class, like here, say you're looking at the practice test answer key, then you want to say, notice on the answer key, like all the check marks and those things, because that's where your grade, that's how I'll grade your quizzes, your tests, your assessments, so there's no guesswork on it. So you want to make sure that you pay attention, again, to small details like that. okay, for each one of these. And it could be something here, whether it's notation, keeping equal signs lined up, because I'm going to be very clear about communicating what my expectations are with how you're supposed to write mathematics. So again, pay attention to those small deals, and if you ever have questions, be sure you ask. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. As always, make it a great, incredible day. There's simply no good reason not to. All right, thank you guys for watching. And again, you got any questions, reach out anytime, and I'll see you soon in class. Peace out.